on the season. For third, I went to the gray here, Coot Cobbler. Zach Mullins in the sulky for the Autumn Gold Stable. Ronnie Garland does the training. And for fourth, I went to the 5, the 0 Stress Nora and Monica Sutherland. 2-4 at 3 and 5. My selection here in the first, for the start of the pick 5, I went to a single with MJ Ray and Andrew McLean in the sulky. Entries on the way back, second and final score. We're down to 3 minutes on post time, 3 to go. For my selections for the pick 5, I went in race number 1. I went a single on the 2, MJ Ray. Over to race number 2. For the pick 5, I went to the 1, David Lloyd George, and 2, We Danced Anyway. 1 and 2 in the second. Over to race number 3. I went to the 1, Fear the Shadow, and the 3, Betty White. In race 4, I went to the 1, Drink Up Muchacho, and Windermere Don't Matter. And in race number 5, I went to the 2, Candid Cameron, and the 1, Yacht Sealster. Down to 1 minute on post time, 1 to go. Your officials for this evening's card of racing, our paddock judge is Linda Gillis. Our starter is Mr. Sean Tobin. Presiding judge is Danny McKinnon. Associate judges are Danny Dowie and Gary Gardner. On photo finish, it's Thomas Burke. On photo patrol, it's Deborah Rankin. Our timer is Jesse Pearson. And our clerk, of course, is Shannon McLean. The entries for the first are in the hands of your starter. Eight dash card on tap here this evening at the Inverness Raceway, featuring the McClellan family picks. That goes in race number 8. Our feature entries here in the first condition field for 1100. Any sign of Harriet Campbell McIsaac, MJ Ray, and Andrew McLean, Coop Cobbler. Zach Mullins, I See True Grit, Redmond Doucette, 0 Stress Nora, Monica Sutherland, and a Windermere Floster. Arden Mofford. Field of 6 come through the lanes at the Inverness Raceway on Wednesday evening. It's post time. Down now for the gate, no way, and MJ Ray. Hitting's out for the early lead. Second in the middle, that is Coop Cobbler. Out here on the outside, I See True Grit. 0 Stress Nora. Up 4 on the outside, he finds a hole at a 5. Any sign of Harry in the backfield, that is Windermere Floster. We're stretched out single file. We're passing the opening quarter now. And Andrew McLean has the favorite on the board. MJ Ray up front on the lead. I See True Grit. He's second, 30-1. Past that opening quarter, Coot Cobbler. He's up here third on the move early from the backfield. That is Windermere Foster. Then Zero Stress Nora. Any sign of Harry in the backfield. On toward the half mile now, and MJ Ray shows the way by 2 up front on the lead. I See True Grit. He's second. Coot Cobbler is third. For the outside, Windermere Foster, Zero Stress Nora, and Any Sign of Harry. A minute and 1/5. They were by the half mile up the backside. The 3/4 up and coming. MJ Ray shows the way. I See True Grit is second. Coot Cobbler is third. Zero Stress Nora. At 4. In 5, it's Windermere Foster in the backfield. That's Any Sign of Harry. Passing the stable turn, second and final time. 1:31 2/5. Past 3/4. MJ Ray is going to bring him on home. Here comes the gray Coot Cobbler. On the outside in third at the rail, I See True Grit. Then Zero Stress Nora. We're driving through the lanes here, and MJ Ray is going to go wire to wire. Up here for second, it looks like Coot Cobbler. I See True Grit down at the rail third. MJ Ray, Andrew McLean, wire to wire, 2:01 and 2. Our feature on this evening's card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway, McClellan Brothers Pigs. It's the winner's over for a handsome purse. It's usually at $2,000. For this evening, it's at $3,500. Also, a winning driver in each and every race receives a hat, compliments of the McClellan family. Let's meet our winner here in the first. 4-year-old by Pacing Gelding by Roll with Harry and the Mach 3 mare Lady Macbeth. Belinda Gray and David White are the breeders. He's owned by Ryder McLean at Inverness. His dad, Andrew McLean, trains and drives. He goes wire to wire, 2:01 2/5. This is 4-year-old MJ Ray. having problems with our tote board. We're having problems with the internet. We're working on that as we speak. As soon as we have that rectified, we'll be sending the entries out for race number 2. In the meantime, the first is now official. Any Sign of Harry was 6. MJ Ray the winner. Coot Cobbler was 2nd. IC True Grit 3rd. Zero Stress Nora 4. And Windermere Floster was 5. 30 and 1 by the quarter. A minute and 1. 131 and 2. 201 and 2. Top of the program 612, 34 and 5 on the bottom. 201 and 2/5. MJ Ray wire to wire for Andrew McLean. Our tote board up and running there. Across the board for the winner, MJ Ray, 540, 340, 380. Place entry, the 3 Coot Cobbler, $6, $3.90. The show entry, IC True Grit, $5.10. 2-3 Exacta, $9.70. 2-3-4 Triacta, $17. And a $1 Super. 2-3-4-5, $97.40. Up and coming, it's race number 2. The first in the early daily double, take out the 6 Woodmere Novak. He scratched sick. And over to race number 3, second in the early double. Equipment change on the 3, Betty White. Takes off the closed bridle and he goes to an open and a hood with cups. Number 5, Lorry Merchandise. The driver this evening is Mr. Andrew McLean. Andrew McLean, the driver of the 5, Lorry Merchandise. That's over in race number 3. Post time for the second, 7:21 in 12 minutes. On parade from the lower turn, the entries here in the second. First in the early daily double, Exacta, Superfecta, Triacta Wagering. David Lloyd George on the rail for Keegan Madden. He's owned by Keegan Madden, Kenneth Madden, and Harold LeBlanc Jr. Harold LeBlanc trains. At a post position 2, We Danced Anyway. James McGinnis shares ownership with the trainer-driver, Walter Walker. The 3, Miss Patricia B. Excuse post. The 4, AB's Future has Rodney Gillis. For the GG Stone and Max Stable, Bernie McDonald trains. 5, Mando Fun, Mark Pezzarello. Up from the north side, he's in the sulky for Aubrey Cameron and Brenda McQueen. George McLean does the training. And the 6, Woodmere Novak is scratch sick. Field of 5, first in the early double. It's going to post at 7:21. My selections here in the second. I went to the rail entry. David Lloyd George, one-time winner this season. That was at the Northside Downs. And Harold LeBlanc was in the sulky. He draws the rail here this evening. He hasn't been as sharp as he was last season, but he draws the rail here in a little easier company this evening. For second, I went to the 2, We Danced Anyway. 4-time starter this season and a place in the show. For that, he's paced in 2:01 and 2:01 3/5. Walter Walker's in the sulky for James McGinnis out of Halifax. Looks right on the bit here this evening. The 2 going in front of you. We Danced Anyway. For third, I did have the 6 pencil in, and then I went to the 4, AB's Future. In 6 starts this season, just 1 show to show for those 6 starts. Rodney Gillis gets the call for GG Stone and Max Stable at a Port Hood. He's used to facing tougher company. 1, 2, and 4, my selection here in the second. We're down to 2 minutes on post time. 2 minutes post time for the second. Downstairs inside the Parimutuel here this evening, there's lots of merchandise on the table to the far right. And a price list as follows. The ball caps are $35, a Raceway Q-Zip. It's at $68. The adult hoodies are $55, youth hoodies are $50, crew neck at $50, t-shirts are $18, and a 100-year patch for $10. The entries for the second are in the hands of the starter. Happy birthday wishes going out to Alex Sutherland. Happy birthday, Alex. Top of the stretch here in the second. Field of 5, condition field for 11:50. David Lloyd George and Keegan Madden, We Danced Anyway. Walter Walker, Miss Patricia B, Redmond Deuce and AB's Future. Rodney Gillis, Mando Fun and Mark Pezrotto. Field of 5, down off of the gate and away, and David Lloyd George, he's up front on the lead. Driving second, We Danced Anyway. Third on the outside, Miss Patricia B in 4 at the rail. It's AB's Future, and then Mando Fun. We're stretched out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, heading toward the opening quarter. And Keegan Madden has the 9-year-old David Lloyd George up front, setting the fractions. We Danced Anyway. Up here tight in second. He hit at third, Miss Patricia B, and 4 AB's Future in the backfield. That is Mando Fun. 30-1 past that opening station. On toward the half mile now, at uncontested up front. That's David Lloyd George. We Danced Anyway. Waits patiently here second. Driving third, Miss Patricia B. AB's Future at a 4 in the backfield. That is Mando Fun. We're still stretched out 1 to 5. The half was 101 and 2. And David Lloyd George continues up front. We Danced Anyway, and Walter Walker is second. Up here third, Miss Patricia B, AB's Future. Peaks to the outside in 4. Mando Fun's going to follow him. 3/4 up and coming now, and David Lloyd George is asked to pick it up, because We Danced Anyway has popped in the 2-hole. 132 and a 1/5 past 3/4. David Lloyd George at the rail. We Danced Anyway. Second on the outside. These two are going to battle through the lanes. David Lloyd George is bringing them on home. We Danced Anyway can only get to the wheel. David Lloyd George is going wire to wire. We Danced Anyway with second. AB's Future up here for third. Wire to wire, 2 minutes, 3/5. David Lloyd George and Keegan Madden. But officially 1, 2, 4, and 5 showing on the board. And officially from the lower turn, a 9-year-old be pacing yielding by American Ideal at the Arts Place mare Winsome Celestial. This horse was bred at Winsome Farm Incorporated at Oxbridge, Ontario. Harold LeBlanc, the trainer, shares ownership with Kenneth Madden and Keegan Madden. He's in the sulky. 2 minutes, 3/5, wire to wire. David Lloyd George here in the second. And the second official, David Lloyd George, the winner. We danced anyway, second. Ms. Patricia B was 5. AB's Future 3. Mando Fun was 4. And Woodmere Novak was scratched. 30-1 by the quarter, 101-2 at the half, 132 1/5 by the 3/4. Race 1 trap 2 minutes, 3/5. Top the program. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4 scratched on the bottom. 2 minutes, 3/5, wire to wire. David Lloyd George and Keegan Madden. 650, 260, 210. The place entry, the 2 we danced anyway. 250, 210, and the show entry, the 4. AB's Future, $3.90. Exacta, 1 and 2. It come back $6.70. Triacta 1, 2, and 4, $20.90. Superfecta at $1. 1, 2, 4, and 5, $29.95. Up and coming in the third. Number 3, Betty White, takes off the closed and he goes to an open. And a hood with cups. Number 5, Lori Merchandise. Pencil in the driver, Mr. Andrew McLean. Andrew McLean. Young Elliott Smith from Inverness. Elliott is going to be our announcer here one day. He's starting off doing some post parades here for me, so he'll have the post parade here for race number 3.
Daily double on the 1 is $10. Daily double on the 2 is $126. 3 is $7. 4 is $63. 5 is $126. And 6 is $42. Nodwater is 601 last 5. They go for a purse of $1,300. On the rail, Fear the Shadow, owned by the Irish Road Stable out of Port Hood. Brian McGinnis trains Redmond Doucet. 2, JJ Knight's Image, owned and trained by Eileen Beaton, Campbell McIsaac. 3, Betty White, owned by Darlene and Brock McClellan. Zach Mullins trains and drives. 4, Eastward O Fun, owned by the G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Bernie McGill trains. Rodney Gillis drives. 5, Lori Merchandise, owned by Dion Gillis, trained by Ambrose Gillis, Andrew McLean. And to round out the field, the 6, Red Dirt 11 Life, owned by Sarah Duggan, trained by John Hucko. Mark Prezzarello drives. Here on the 3rd, I'm going to go with the 3, Betty White. Non-winner, paced her last mile 1:59 and 3 for Zach Mullins. Then I'll go with the 1 rail entry, Fear the Shadow, by the Irish Road Stable. Redmond Doucet drives. He's a one-time winner. Zach Mullins drove him in 2 minutes 4/5. Then I'll go with the 3, the 4, Eastward O Fun, owned by the G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Bernie Munoz trains. He's a non-winner, but he will get a 3rd or 2nd, probably. Good luck with your picks. We're down to 5 minutes on post time. Favorite on the board is the 1, Fear the Shadow. There's a debit machine right down by the merchandise. Downstairs. We're down to 2 minutes on post time.
Down to 1 minute on post, 1 minute post time. Here for the third. The entries for the third in the hands of the starter. A shout out going to the McClellans who are watching tonight's live stream from Halifax to Edmonton to Fort McMurray at all points in between. Welcome aboard to the McClellans. Entries for the third, moving on the stable turn. Condition field also eligible, $5,000 claiming field of 6. Fear the Shadow, Redmond Doucette, JJ's Knight's Image, Campbell McIsaac, Betty White, and Zach Mullins, Eastwood Fun, Rodney Gillis, Laurie Merchandise, Andrew McLean's, and a Red Dirt, a Love and Life, and Mark Pezzarello. Field of 6, good start, all on gate, down off the gate and away, and Fear of the Shadow heads out for the lead, the gray Betty White. Up here second on the outside, driving third, it's JJ's Knight's Image. Up here 4 on the outside, that is Red Dirt, Love and Life. Yeah, 5 Eastward Fun in the backfield. That is Laurie Merchandise and Betty White, the 5-year-old Earth Blue Chip mare. Up front, setting the fractions by the opening quarter, right up there, head to helmet second. That is Fear the Shadow. 30 seconds even past the opening quarter. Campbell McIsaac has JJ's Knight's Image. Driving in third at the rail. Up here on the outside in 4. That is Red Dirt, Love and Life. Yeah, to 5. Here comes Eastward Fun, then Laurie Merchandise. On towards the 5/8 turn now, and Betty White at the rail on the outside. That is Red Dirt Loving Life. 1 minute even past the half mile. In here third, nowhere to go. That's Fear the Shadow. Up there 4 on the outside is Eastward O Fun. Laurie Merchandise is following him. Then in 6, that is JJ's Knight's Image. We're passing the 3/4. And Betty White from the lead. He's extending that lead. On the far outside, Eastward O Fun getting out here in the middle. That is going to be Fear the Shadow. 1:30 and 4 past the 3/4. And Betty White is asked to go on, and go on he does. Betty White is through the lane, and this 5-year-old mare is up to win it for second. Fear the Shadow, that up here third. That is a Laurie Merchandise. 1:59 and 1/5. Betty White here in the third. Our feature on this evening's card of racing, that goes in race number 8, McClellan Brother Pace. And back here from the lower turn, here's our winner. He's owned by the McClellans. He's a 5-year-old gray pacing mare by Arthur Blue Chip and the jet lag mare, Joanne Jet. Mackenzie Spence at a Prince Edward Island did the breeding. He's owned by Darlene McClellan and Brock McClellan out of Alberta. Zach Mullins trains and drives. 1:59 and 1/5. First win on the season. This is 5-year-old mare, Betty White. In the photo, it was the one Fear the Shadow. Over the 5, Laurie Merchandise. Unofficially 3-1, 5 and 4. And the third official, Fear the Shadow, second, JJ Knight's Image, 6. Betty White, the winner. Eastward Old Fun, 4. Lorry Merchandise, 3. Red Dirt and Love and Life was 5. 30 by the quarter, a minute at the half. 130 and 4, 159 and 1. Top the program, 26143, then 5 on the bottom. 159 and 1/5. Betty White and Zach Mullins, 390, 270 and 310. Place the 1, Fear the Shadow, 250 and 250. Show the 5, Lowry Merchandise, 360. 3-1 Exacta, $5 even. 3-1 and 5 Triacta, 24.30. 1 and 3 Daily Double came back, $7.90 and a $1 Super. 3-1, 5 and 4, $25.95. Up and coming, it's the Dougal Campbell Memorial Pace. Field a 6 condition field. It'll go for $11.75. A long-time announcer here at the Inverness Raceway, Donnie Haas McClellan, instrumental in the McClellan Pace. He's on hand here this evening. He's going to do the call for race number 4, the Dougal Campbell Memorial Pace. Dougal was an avid race fan, and when he came home each summer, he was always seen at the Inverness Raceway on Wednesday night and Sunday afternoon. He enjoyed watching Lewis McDonnell and his horses. Today we honor Dougal Campbell by presenting a blanket to the winner. Here in race number 4, it's the Dougal Campbell Memorial Pace. Today in Canada, this is the official hot dog day. It's the official hot dog day here in Canada, and that reminds me, I'm from Sydney, but a lot of people up here in Inverness will remember old Cowboy Jim. He used to come running all the time and hollering, Order a hot dog, no mustard, no wedge. Today is official hot dog day in Canada, and we're remembering Cowboy Jim.
Entries race number 4 making their way to trackside. Now parading from the lower turn, starters here, race number 4, non-winners 4:51 last 5. Number 1 is Drink Up Muchacho. Owned by John McDonald, Inverness. Red Medusa is at the lines. Number 2, Rankin Bill Seamus, with owner, trainer, driver, Sandy McNeil. Leaving from post 3, Windermere Don't Matter. Owned by Alex Sutherland Jr. and Malcolm McCackern, Port Hood. Camel McIsaac is at the controls. Number 4, Savoie Dur Hara. Owned by Harold LeBlanc Jr., Joel LeBlanc, Harold LeBlanc does the driving. 5 is Effie May Kay, owned by Donnie McCacker, Upper Margrave. Walter Walker does the driving. And rounding out the field, number 6, Mojo Beach, owned by Donald Beaton, Port Hood, Anita Gillis Judic, Rodney Gillis. Take 2 scores, gentlemen, and report to the starter. You now have 5 minutes to post time here on the 4th. We're down under 4 minutes wagering time here in race number 4. Please wager early as to avoid being shut out at the windows. This is the Doug Campbell Memorial Pace, race 4. We're down at 2 minutes wagering time here in race 4. 2 minutes. Handicapper selections here in race 4. Track announcer Gordon McNeil going with the 1 over the 3-5. Justin Turnbull 1 over the 4-5. Scott Waddell 1 over the 4-5. And the classifier's choice 1, 4, 3. And the favorite on the board at $2.40 is the 1, Drink Up Muchacho. Last chance for wagering here on the 4th. Last chance for wagering. Entries for the 4th are getting gathered up and heading to the gate. Entries race number 4, moving on the stable turn from the pylons out. Drink Up Muchacho with Red Medusa, Rankinville Seamus, Sandy McNeil, Windermere Don't Matter, Campbell McIsaac, Savoy Dura, Harold LeBlanc, Effie McKay, Walter Walker, Mojo Beach, Rodney Gillis. Race 4 through the lane. Here they come. They're off and road. Racing from the inside is Drink Up Muchacho. Looking for a spot here up on the outside is Windermere Don't Matter. Rankinville Seamus comes away 3. Savoy Duhara from 4. Effie May K. And at the back, Mojo Beach. Windermere Don't Matter. And Campbell McIsaac setting up on the front end. Drink Up Muchacho. Looks at it from 2. Back a couple of lengths to Rankinville Seamus in 3. Savoy Duhara drives from 4. Effie May K. And your trailer is Mojo Beach. Good opening quarter here, 29-4. Moving off the upper turn and heading down through the lane for time number 1. Windermere Don't Matter. Controls off the front, getting a good journey from 2 is the Drink Up Muchacho. Racing from 3, Rankinville Seamus. We have movement now. Savoy Duhara is first up on the outside. Effie May K to follow, and Mojo Beach, your trailer. By the half they go. A minute and a fifth. They were by the half. Windermere Don't Matter. Still setting the pace. Drink Up Machado getting a good journey from 2. Racing 3, Rankin Bill Seamus. Savoy Duroy is on the outside 4. Effie May drives 5th. Mojo Beach 6. 3/4 coming up, and Windermere Don't Matter. Still in control, but right on his back. As they go by to 3/4 is Drink Up Machacho. Rankin Bill Seamus gets the stride going in 3. Coming up the rail is Effie May Kay. If they move on to the 7/8, 1:31, they were by to 3/4. Drink Up Machacho. He comes out of the pocket now to challenge Windermere Don't Matter. Racing from 3 is Effie May Kay, looking for room down at the rail. Driving through the lane, the stretch is left to decide this. And Windermere Don't Matter will go coast to coast here. Effie May Kay up for 2nd. It's close for 3rd. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. Caution you to hold all tickets till results become official. We do have an inquiry. Caution you to hold all tickets. The results become official.
Dougal Campbell was an avid race fan. When he came home each summer, he would always seen at the races here at the Inverness Raceway on a Wednesday evening and Sunday afternoon. He enjoyed watching Lewis MacDonnell and his horses. Tonight we honor Dougal Campbell by presenting a blanket to the winner. Here in the 4th, the Dougal Campbell Memorial Pace, bringing back the winner. He's an 11-year-old bay pacing gelding by Articulator at the Village Jolt mare, Cool Jolt Hanover. He was bred at the Windermere Farms in Prince Edward Island. Malcolm McCacken at a Port Hood shares ownership with the trainer, the birthday boy Alex Sutherland. Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. 2 minutes, 1/5. Windermere Don't Matter in the Dougald Campbell Memorial Pace. And at trackside, the cooler presentation to the winner, Windermere Don't Matter, as he went wire to wire. Campbell McIsaac for the birthday boy, Alex Sutherland, and Malcolm McCacken. Results of the judges' inquiry heading up the backside on towards the 3/4 and through the stretch. There were no violations. Unofficially, 3, 5, 1, and 2 are showing on the board. Downstairs in the Parimutuel across from the canteen, Inverness Raceway merchandise on sale. You can see the ladies' prices are listed on the pole in front of those merchandise. Also in the corner, you go down memory lane. Tammy McIsaac, Tammy McGinnis, I'm sorry, is our host down memory lane. You have any questions, just see Tammy. She'd be more than happy to help you. Our merchandise on sale across from the canteen. And the fourth official, Drink Up Muchacho, was third. Rankinville Seamus 4. Windermere Don't Matter was the winner. Savoir Duhara finished 5. Effie May K was second. And Mojo Beach was 6. 29 and 4, a minute and 1. 1:31. 2 minutes, 1/5, top the card. 3-4-1, 5-2-6 on the bottom. Windermere Don't Matter, the winner of the Dougald Campbell Memorial Pace. Campbell McIsaac between the wheels. Across the board, $24.30, $7 and $3.50. The 5, Effie May K, $9.80, $3.60. And the 1, Drink Up Muchacho, $3.10. 3 all. It came back. There were no 3 5s in the exacta. We paid off 3 all, and it paid $19.10. The triacta, 3, 5, and 1, $229.50. No superfecta showing on the board. Should be a carryover for our superfecta over to race number 5. $71 carryover in that superfecta. That's carried over here to race number 5. On parade from the lower turn there, the entries here in the 5th, diameter 601 last 5, also eligible. $5,000 claiming. Cole Mullins, Angus McQuarrie, Bill Basker, and James Struthers. The owners of the 1 Yacht Sealster, Zach Mullins in the sulky. Colin Rankin and Carol Rankin, the owners of the 2 Candid Cameron. Colin Rankin trains. Erden Mofford is up. 3 Affair Somewhere has Rodney Gillis. For owner trainer, Sean McDonald. Whistler at a post 4 owner trainer driver, Sandy McNeil. Cruising again has Keegan Madden for Lily Watson. 6 is Halmac Napoleon, owned by Ian McKinnon, Joel LeBlanc, Harold LeBlanc, Brenda McLean. Ian McKinnon trains. Harold LeBlanc Jr. is in the sulky. In the backfield, it's Dirty Bobby, a 6-year-old Pan Sway. Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver, Redmond Doucette. Lennon McIsaac trains. Field of 7. Here in the 5th, they go to post in 6 minutes. Here are your approximate pick 5 odds for the 20-cent ticket. Yacht Sealster for a 20 center at $17. Candid Cameron at $17. Affair Somewhere at $204. Whistler, no tickets sold. Cruising Again, no tickets sold. Helmac Napoleon, $40, and no tickets sold on the 7. Dirty Bobby from the top, 17, 204. No tickets sold, no tickets sold. 40, and no tickets sold on the bottom. Entries on the way back. Second and final score. We're down to 5 at the windows. 5 to go. Should the 4, Whistler, the 5, Cruising Again, or the 7, Dirty Bobby, win this race, it'll be a carryover in our pick 5. Here in race number 5, this is the start of the pick 4, the start of the pick 4. My selections for the pick 4. In race number 5, I went to the 2, Candid Cameron, and the 1, Yacht Sealster. Over in race number 6, I went a single on the 2, Windermere Ryan. In race number 7, I went to the 2, Soutfield Sandy, and the 3, Onions to go. And in race number 8, the McClellan Brothers Pace, going for purse of $3,500. I went to the 5, Maintenance Man, and the 1, What's Up, Doc? Entries here in the 5th, down to 3 minutes at the windows. Favorite on the board at present time is the 2, Candid Cameron. He's at $5. He's a 2-time winner this year at a 10 start, 7 out of 10 in the top 3. The Yacht Sealster, the rail entry, he's at $6.90. He's a 1-time winner here at the Inverness Raceway in 2 minutes at a 1/5. And the 7, Dirty Bobby, he's at $7.30. The longest shot on the board, that's the 5, Cruising Again, Keegan Madden for Lily Watson. It's your last chance at the windows. Last chance to purchase pari-mutuel tickets here for the 5th. Entries here in the 5th. Moving on the stable turn. Condition field also eligible, $5,000, claiming they go for purse $1,300. Yacht Sealstern, Zach Mullins, Candid Cameron, Arden Mofford. Affair Somewhere, Rodney Gillis, Whistler, Sandy McNeil, Cruising Again. Keegan Madden, Helmac Napoleon, Harold LeBlanc Jr. in the backfield, it's Dirty Bobby. And a Redmond Doucette, field of 7, comes through the lane on Wednesday evening. Here at the Inverness Raceway, down off the gate and away in Candid Cameron. Heads out looking for the lead from Yacht Sealster. In at the rail, Dirty Bobby right up there. Third in at the rail, 4 on the outside, that is Whistler. 5 Affair Somewhere. And in the backfield, it's Cruising Again at Helmac Napoleon up toward the opening quarter. Yacht Sealster is positioned up front. Here's Whistler and Sandy McNeil up to keep them going on the outside. Candid Cameron is third. 30 seconds even by that opening panel. Up here in 4, it's Dirty Bobby. 5 to the outside, Heads Affair Somewhere. He'll be followed by Cruising Again in the backfield. Helmac Napoleon's going to come down the rail. To the half mile, Zach Mullins has Yacht Sealster. Out in the middle of the track here, here's Whistler. Candid Cameron and Arden Mofford are grabbing on. Third at the rail. 4 on the outside is Affair Somewhere. Dirty Bobby with 5 in at the rail. Cruising Again and Helmac Napoleon. A minute even. Up the backside, the 3/4 up and coming. Yacht Sealster is playing with Whistler. On the outside, he keeps Candid Cameron locked in. Third at the rail. Dirty Bobby's 4 at the rail. Up here, 5 on the outside. That's Affair Somewhere. Cruising Again's going to tip out. He's going to go 3 deep. Affair Somewhere went 3 deep. 130 and 1 3/4 off the top turn, and a drive through the lanes here. And Yacht Sealster is bringing them on home on the outside. Here is Affair Somewhere, and Rodney Gillis up to win it. It's close for second between the 1 Yacht Sealster and the 2 Candid Cameron. Affair Somewhere, 2:01 3/5 here in the 5th. The photo is for place. Photo for place. Introducing the winner here in the fifth, 7-year-old Brown Pacey Gelding by Lion Somewhere at the Western Terror Mare. Notable Beauty. This horse was bred by Elizabeth and Alan Fair out of Ontario. Owned and trained by Sean McDonald. At Inverness, Rodney Gillis in the sulky, 201 3/5. 7-year-old Affair Somewhere. And the fifth official, Yacht Sealster was second, Candid Cameron 3. Affair Somewhere, the Water Whistler was 5, Cruising Again 6, Halmac Napoleon 7, Dirty Bobby was 4. 30-1 by the quarter, a minute at the half, 1:30 by the 3/4, 201 3. Top the program, it should read 2, 3, 1, 5, 6, 7. Then 4 on the bottom, 201 3/5. Affair Somewhere at a Rodney Gillis. Across the board, $15.47 and $2.80. The place, the 1, Yacht Sealster, $2.30 and $2.80. The show, the 2, Candid Cameron, $2.30. $2 exacta, 3-1, $180. $2 try, 3, 1, and 2. $114. $1 super, 3-1 at 2 and 7, $176 and 25 cents. A 20-cent pick 5, $204 and 15 cents. Up and coming, it's race number 6. Condition field, nominators of 1,001, last 5 also eligible. $9,000 claiming, they go for per 1,700. The 4, Damn Lucky, your driver is Andrew McLean. Take Otix, Windermere, Best Man, he scratched sick. Don't forget our feature over in race number 8, McClellan Brothers Pay. It's the winners over 1,000, last 5. They go for a nut purse on this evening, $3,500. A full field of 8. Number 2, Sealard, takes off the Swedish Blind, and he goes to an open and a hood with cups. Number 4, Hippie John in the 8th. Pencil in the driver, Mr. Arden Mofford. To announce race number 6 here on our program, Dominion's Justin Turnbull.
Entries for the 6th race are now on track for Post Parade. East Coast Invader, the 1. It's owned by Todd and Monica Sutherland. Monica does the training. Keegan Madden catch drives the 1. East Coast Invader. 2, Windermere Ryan for Joel, Harold, and Brett LeBlanc. Joel does the training. Harold LeBlanc Jr. drives the 2. Windermere Ryan. 3, Sure Gain is owned and trained by D. Effort Beaton. Rodney Gillis drives the 3. Sure Gain. 4, Damn Lucky is owned by Dion Gillis. Ambrose Gillis trains. Note the driver change. Andrew McLean drives the 4. Damn Lucky. 5, I Got Socks is owned by Anita Gillis and D. Effort Beaton. D. Effort handles the training duties. Redmond Doucette drives the 5. I Got Socks. Scratch the 6, Windermere Best Man. 7, Galway Bay is owned, trained, and driven by Monica Sutherland. The 7 is Galway Bay. Down to 5 minutes to post time here on the afternoon 6th race. Triactor Exactor Superfecta Win Place Show Wagering. Down to 5 minutes till 6th race post time. With down to 4 minutes of post time here on the afternoon 6th race, for my top selection, I'll go to the rail entry. East Coast Invader comes in off a 5th place finish last week to Hippie John in the non-winners of 801, charting in 59-1, closed it out 29-3. 2 starts down was a 4th place finisher. In the winners over to Stay Pumped in 59-1 for Monica Sutherland. Does pick up the catch drive of Keegan Madden this afternoon. So for first, I'll go to the rail, East Coast Invader, as they're currently 4-1. For second here in the afternoon 6th race, I'll go to the 2 entry, Windermere Ryan. Ships up from Northside Downs where he was a winner for driver Brett LeBlanc in 159-1 in the non-winners of 801. Closed it out in 30 seconds flat. Does jump up this week to the non-winners of 1001. He's got 2 wins this season from 10 starts. So for second, I'll go to the 2, Windermere Ryan, as they are currently the odds-on choice at 8-5. For third here in the afternoon 6th, I'll go to the back tier with Galway Bay. Comes in off a win last week at Northside Downs on July the 11th in an Atlantic Sire Stakes B Division for driver Monica Sutherland, charting in 2 minutes 3/5. So far, the 3-year-old gelding by Somewhere Fancy has 3 wins from 7 starts. So for third, I'll go to the 7, Galway Bay, as they are currently 6-1. For superfecta players here in the afternoon 6th, I'll go to the 5 entry with I Got Socks. Comes in off the 2nd place finish to Hippie John in the optional 9 Clamor last week, charting in 58-1 for driver Rodney Gillis. Does get the catch drive call to Redmond Doucette this afternoon. Got 1 win this season from 5 starts. So for 4th, I'll go to the 5. I Got Sox at Redmond Doucette here in the 6th. 1, 2, 7, 5 are my top 4 selections. Good luck with yours. Final call for wagering here in the afternoon, 6th race. Starter calls the horses. It's post time. Like to extend a shout out here in the afternoon 6th race to Peter McGuigan. Peter's watching online this afternoon. Hope you're having a great time, Peter. Scratch down to a field of 6, lining up to contest the afternoon 6th race. From the rail out, it's East Coast Invader, Keegan Madden, Windermere Ryan, Harold LeBlanc Jr., Sure Gain, Rodney Gillis, Damn Lucky, Andrew McLean, I Got Sox, Redmond Doucette, Galway Bay in the back tier, Monica Sutherland. 6th race comes to the top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing the inside 3, firing out of there. Windermere Ryan, Sure Gain, and East Coast Invader. 4th will be I Got Sox. Galway Bay goes 5th. In the early trailer back there in 6th, that is Damn Lucky. Up the front end, that's Windermere Ryan in line to Harold LeBlanc Jr. Sitting in the 2-hole is Sure Gain. 3rd is East Coast Invader. I Got Sox is 4th. Galway Bay 5th. And Damn Lucky, he is the trailer back there in 6th as they're arriving at the opening quarter, led by Windermere Ryan and Harold LeBlanc Jr. past the opening quarter in 30 and 2/5. Sure Gain muscles up in the 2-hole 2nd. East Coast Invader 3rd. Movement from 4th. There goes I Got Sox and Doucette. Galway Bay looks to catch the cover 5th. And Damn Lucky continues to trail the field back there in 6th as they're coming in front of us for the first time. Windermere Ryan, the leader, sitting in the 2-hole. That's Sure Gain. 1st is Sacrifice. 2nd, there goes I Got Sox. 4th along the rails, East Coast Invader. Galway Bay underway 5th. Damn Lucky, the trailer back there in 6th. The half was up in 101-1 for Windermere Ryan. Sitting in the 2-hole is Sure Gain. 1st up from 3rd. Here comes I Got Sox. Catching that cover 4th is Galway Bay. East Coast Invader 5th. Damn Lucky, the trailer back there in 6th. As they're arriving at 3/4 next, Windermere Ryan along the rail. I Got Sox, he's on the outside 2nd. Sure Gain 3rd. 3/4 was stepped in 130 flat. Galway Bay, he's coming 3 high on the outside 4th. East Coast Invader off the cones 5th. Damn Lucky, the trailer back there in 6th. As they're swinging for home, Windermere Ryan the leader. Galway Bay on the outside. East Coast Invaders coming up 3rd. As they're coming to the wire, Windermere Ryan for Harold LeBlanc Jr. Galway Bay up for 2nd. East Coast Invader rallied late to be 3rd. Windermere Ryan stopped the clock in 1:59 and 4. Top 4 unofficial here in the afternoon 6 race, 2-7-1-3. Unofficial top 4 finishers, 2-7-1-3. Coming back to the lower turn into the Denmark Acres winner's circle here in the afternoon 6 race is the 2-entry Windermere Ryan. He's a 9-year-old bay pacing gelding by Malicious from the Largo Dam. Ronda's Bell is owned by Joel LeBlanc, Harold LeBlanc, and Brett LeBlanc. Joel does the trading. Harold LeBlanc Jr.'s in the bike for the win. Third on this season for Windermere Ryan. That'll be his 38th lifetime. Time for the mile this afternoon was 1:59.4. Afternoon 6 races now official. East Coast Invader third. Windermere Ryan the race winner. Sure Gain was fourth. Damn Lucky sixth. I Got Socks was fifth. Windermere Best Man was scratched. Galway Bay was second. Fractions were 30 and 2. 101 and 1. 130 flat. In the mile 159 and 4 for 2. Windermere Ryan. Top down your program should read 314 65 scratch. 2 on the bottom. The 2 Windermere Ryan paid $650, $790, $430. The 7 Galway Bay $940, $480, and the 1 East Coast Invader $3.30 to show. The $2 Exactor for 2-7 paid $52.90. The $2 Triactor for 2-7-1 paid $114.99, and the 20-cent Superfecta for 2-7-1-3 it came in at $39.26. Upcoming 7th race comes up next in 11 minutes.
Still have time to get a 50-50. We're at 12.72. We're at 12.72 in that 50-50. It's the Inverness 50-50. It's the best in the Maritimes. That win there in the 6th, Windermere Ryan for Joel LeBlanc and Harold LeBlanc. That'll get them boys to come up here for Gathering Week. Our festivities here during Gathering Week. An invitation is sent out to the LeBlanc brothers. Up and coming here in the 7th, first and the late double, the entries are going as programmed. Over in race number 8, McClellan Pace. The winner's over. They go up for a purse of $3,500 at a full field of 8. Number 4, Hippie John. Pencil in the driver. Mr. Arden Mofford. Arden Mofford is the driver on the 4, Hippie John. In the feature, McClellan Family Pace. Like many legendary stables in horse racing, the McClellan family's deep roots in Inverness racing spans generations. Over the years, they held the reins of the local sport in every imaginable capacity, serving as owners, drivers, track executives, and management. Behind the scenes, the McClellan sisters played a vital role, meticulously stitching the driving colors that represented the family and steadfastly supporting their brothers' harness racing endeavors. While the family's roles has naturally shifted over time, it is a foundational passion of four specific brothers, Freddie, Johnny, Harold, and Eugene, that created a lasting legacy, serving as the spark that still drives the family back to the track today. First of all, Freddie, the oldest son of Malcolm, Dan, and Annie, dedicated many years to the track executive while managing a sizable stable of his own. Racing was a complete family affair for Freddie. His wife Marie worked in the money room on race days. Their daughter Jennifer grew up helping out in the canteen and the parimutuel. Over the years, Freddie campaigned several standout racehorses, including Raybell Helen, Gabalon Skipper, Lucky Bet, and the standout A Lot of Trouble, who once held the track record here at the Inverness Raceway. Johnny was a proud owner-driver who epitomized the classic horseman, even doing his own farrier work and shoeing the horses himself. His wife Chris ran the canteen on race nights, and their four children naturally followed them into the sport. The next generation split their talents evenly across the track. Anne-Marie, Joan, and Donnie handled the race day operations on the grandstand side, while their brother Bradley worked directly with the horses on the barn side. More for the McClellan brothers after this post-parade here in the 7th. Non-winners 801 last 5, also eligible $7,000 claiming. They go for a purse of $1,500. Field of 6, La Playa Deo is drawn the rail for owner-trainer Madison Poirier, Andrew McLean between the wheels. Route 19 Racing, the owners of the 2 Southfield Sandy. Owner-trainer is Louis McDonnell. Onions to Go, a 4-year-old by Bet the Moon, owned by Doug McQuarrie and Eddie Benner. Mary McQuarrie trains Redmond Dew setup. Delightful Wine, owned and trained Madison Poirier, Zach Mullins this evening. Old Buck is owned by Lisa Hanscombe and Alan Frazier. Alan trains Monica Sutherland up. And here's the 6. A pumped up Captain Tate, a 3-year-old by Captain Crunch, owned by James McGinnis, Halifax. Walter Walker trains and drives. Field of 6, first and the late double. It goes to post and 5. More on the McClellan brothers. Harold was a dedicated owner-driver whose passion for the sport came from a deep appreciation of the horse's intelligence and unwavering loyalty. He hit the exactor with his favorite roan, Timmy H., a combination that made frequent trips to the winner's circle. Whenever he wasn't in the bike racing, Harold was always willing to lend a hand to the track by driving the starting gate. Eugene served as primary go-to driver for the family-owned horses. His talent in the bike was widely recognized, and his name frequently appeared on the race cards for numerous outside owners of the era. Blessed with unmatched driving skills, Eugene was legendary around the backstretch for possessing a set of hands that was the ending of every horseman. Through the grandstands change and fewer horses carry the family name today, the bond between the McClellans and the Inverness Raceway remains unbroken. The hands-on ownership of the past have evolved into a deep, general appreciation for the sport. Today, the descendants of these four brothers more often be found cheering from the stands rather than holding the lines in the paddock, but the reason they are there hasn't changed. It is the memory of Freddie, Johnny, Harold, and Eugene, and the undeniable passion they poured into the sport that keeps the family coming back race after race, ensuring the Malcolm Dans remain a permanent part of Inverness harness racing family. Entries on the way back. Second and final score. First in the late double exacta superfecta and triacta wagering. They go to post and two. My selection here in the 7th, I went to the 2 Southfield Sandy, a 2-time winner this season, 2:01.3 being his best. In his last start, he was third by 2 lengths to Hippie John. He's in our feature, and I got Sox just raced in the last one. Southfield Sandy up to win it here in the 2nd. For second, I went to the 3 Onions to Go, a 2-time winner this season, 59 1/5. That was a best for him, the 4-year-old by Bet the Moon. For third, I went to the 1 La Playa Deo and Andrew McLean. Just the one show for his 6 starts. He's scoring on the rail. He's in the capable hands of Andrew McLean. And for third, I went to the outside Captain Tate. But by the look of that post parade, Captain Tate looks fired up here this evening. My selection, 2, 3, 1, and 6 entries for the 7th are moving on the stable turn. Entries come to the top of the lane here in the 7th. Non-winners 801 also eligible, $7,000 claiming at a field of 6. La Playa Deo, Southfield Sandy, Onions to Go, Delightful Wine, Old Buck, and Captain Tate. Field of 6 come through the lanes for the late double. Here at the Inverness Raceway, down off the gate and away, and Captain Tate charges from the outside, but La Playa Deo is in at the rail. Captain Tate on the outside here and challenging. Southfield Sandy is third. Up here in 4, that is Onions to Go. In 5, that is Delightful Wine. And in the back tier, that is Old Buck. On towards the opening quarter, Andrew McLean and La Playa Deo. Want to cut out those fractions. Captain Tate takes a duck in 2. Boom! just like that, 28 1/5. They were by the opening quarter on toward the half mile here, and Captain Tate is coming back at the 2-hole. Deo is driving back on. Captain Tate is back in the 2-hole. Southfield Sandy is third. Old Buck, 4 on the outside from 5 Onions to go in the backfield. That is Delightful Wine. 57. They were by the half mile up the backside. 3/4 up and coming. La Playa Deo. Captain Tate. Old Buck is on the outside. Here's Onions to go. Getting in gear. Southfield Sandy. Nowhere to go. They're all bunched up. 5 of them. Heading towards the 7/8 turn. 3/4. 128 1/5. Old Buck has made it to the lead. Out here on the far outside, that is Onions to go. Through the lanes now, La Playa Deo at the rail. Onions to go on the outside, charging. Onions to go up to win it for second. It looked like Old Buck. It was close for third between the 1 and the 6. Race winning trip, 159 1/5. Onions to go, and Redmond Doucette. Judges' inquiry on the dash. Judges' inquiry on the dash to racing action. Heading past the 3/4 on towards the 7/8 turn. Unofficially, it's 3-5, 1-6 Onions to go. The winner, Old Buck second, La Playa Deo third, and Captain Tate have finished up 4. Judges' inquiry heading past the 3/4 on towards the 7/8 turn. A reminder, please hold all tickets till official results have been given. We're going to draw for that 50-50. The beautiful ladies are out in front of the tote board here. Get the winning driver, Redmond Doucette, to draw that 50-50 ticket, and we'll have the winner momentarily. Introducing the winner here in the 7th. 4-year-old brown pigeon gelding by Bet the Moon at the Modern Art Mare, Modern Best. Bred by Simon Poirier and Chad McDonnell. He's owned by Dougie McQuarrie and Eddie Benner out of Inverness. Mary McQuarrie does the training. Redmond Doucette in the sulky, equaling his lifetime mark, 159 1/5. Winner here in the 7th, Onions to Go. And the 7th official, La Playa Dale was 3, Sophia Sandy 5. Onions to Go, the winner, Delightful Wine 6, Old Buck was 2nd, and Captain Tate was 4. 28 and 157, 128 and 1, 159 and 1/5. Top the program 35162. Then 4 on the bottom, 159 and 1/5. Onions to Go. At a Redmond Doucette, 9, 10, 430 and 250. Place the 5. Old Buck, $8.60, $2.80. The show, the 1, La Playa Deo, $2.50. 3-5 Exacta, $50 even. 3-5-1 Triacta, $552.70. A carryover in our super. Over to race number 8, up and coming, McClellan Family Pace, the Malcolm Dance. It goes to post at 9:23. That's in 11 minutes. They go for purse $3,500. A full field of 8 and the 4, Hippie John. Pencil in your driver, Mr. Arden Mulford. The winner of the Inverness 50-50, $1,555. And the winner, Mark Harper. Mark Harper at Inverness, $1,555. Congratulations. your approximate daily double odds. What's up, Doc? $32. Sealard, no tickets sold. Revenant, 196. Hippie John, 17. Maintenance Man, 17. Believe It, See It, 98. McLand, no tickets. And Stay Pumped, no tickets. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Wednesday evening with post time set to go at 7 o'clock. We'll race next Wednesday. Then we'll come back on Sunday, the 26th. Race again. This is during Gathering Week on the 29th here at the Inverness Raceway. Then we come back on August the 5th, August the 9th, and then we're off until the 19th of August. So we're racing next Wednesday, next Sunday, the following Wednesday. Then in August we start off on the 5th and the 9th. The entries for the 8th are moving down the backside. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the 8th. It's the McClellan Pace. A winner's over. We usually go for $2,000 this evening. We're going for $3,500. On the rail, a What's Up Doc, a 7-year-old by Hilarious Halo. Homebred and trained by John McClellan. Redmond Doucette is in the sulky. 7 starts this season, a non-winner, but he's had 3 seconds and 3/3. At a post 2, it's Sealard, a 10-year-old by Custard Dragon, owned by Douglas Lothers and Zach Mullins. Mr. Zach Mullins is in the sulky. The 3 will come last. The 4 is Hippie John, owned by the estate of Roderick Smith. Mary McQuarrie trains. Mr. Erden Mofford is up, a one-time winner in 58 here at the Raceway. Maintenance Man, a newcomer, a 10-year-old owned by Route 19 Racing and Kevin Teasdale. Lewis McDonnell is up. The 6, Believe It, See It, owned by the Must Be Noon Somewhere stable. DF for Beaten trains. Rodney Gillis is up. McLand at a post 7. Walter Walker gets the call from trainer A.D. McDonald and owners Ella and Daniel McDonald. Stay Pumped. At a post 8, a 5-year-old Stay Hungry mare owned by Michael Gillis. Ethan McLean trains. Mr. Keegan Madden is in the sulky. Full field of 8. McClellan Brothers Pace. They go for $3,500. Post time, 4 minutes. My selection here in the 8th, I went to the 5, the newcomer, Maintenance Man, a 10-year-old by Better's Delight, of winner of over $233,000. Two-time winner this season at the Charlottetown Driving Park. He was a winner in 54 3/5. He holds a mark of 151 1/5, taken at Woodbine on the 7/8 mile track. For second, I went to the 1 entry, What's Up Doc, a 7-year-old by Hilarious Halo, a homebred for John McClellan. Yet a Bamboo, Redmond Doucette gets the call, leaving from the rail. He is the favorite on the board at present time at $5 even. For third, I went to the backfield, and I went to the 8, Stay Pumped, racing extremely well here at the Inverness Raceway. A winner in his last start in 58 2/5. He came the last quarter in 27 3/5. Driver Keegan Madden is back in the sulky here this evening for trainer Ethan McLean and owner Mike Gillis out of Windsor, Ontario. And for fourth, speaking about racing good, McLand, a winner of his last 3, and he's paced in 59 here at the Inverness Raceway in 6 starts, 3 wins, and a second. My selection, 5, 1, 8, and 7. Favorite on the board, that's the 1, What's Up Doc. A full field of 8 here in the McClellan Brothers Pace. They go for $3,500 in a moment. It's your last chance at the windows. The entries have been called to the gate. The only one in this 8-horse field with Oda win on the season is the 1, What's Up Doc. And he is the favorite on the board at present time. He's at $4 even. Longest shot on the board, that goes to the 6. Believe It, See It, and a Rodney Gillis. Entries for the 8th. Moving on the stable turn. A full complement of 8 here in the McClellan Brothers Pace. They go for $3,500. What's Up Doc? And a Redmond Doucette, Sealard and Zach Mullins. Revenant and Mark Pezzarello. Hippie John and Arden Mofford. Maintenance Man Lewis McDonnell, Believe It, See It. And a Rodney Gillis. In the backfield, McLand, Walter Walker, Stay Pumped, and Keegan Madden. From the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. A full field of 8. And they're off and racing. Up front down the lead, it's What's Up Doc right there on his helmet second. That is McLand. Out here third on the outside, that is Revenant as he pops in the 3-hole. Yeah, 4, that is Sealard driving up toward that opening quarter. Yeah, 5, and that is Stay Pumped. Yeah, 6, that is Maintenance Man. Heading over towards the 3/8 turn at 30 seconds even. What's Up Doc at $3.50. It takes a breather on the front. Second, driving toward the half mile, that is McLand. Driving in here third, and that is Revenant. Four on the outside. Here comes Maintenance Man in 5 at the rail, and that is Sealard. 1 minute, 1/5 up the backside. And the 3/4 up and coming. What's Up Doc? Up front down the lane, McLand is second. Out here third on the outside. And that is Maintenance Man. In at a 4, knocked in, that is Revenant. Stable turn, second and final time. What's Up Doc? 1:30 and 1/5. Here's McLand at the 2-hole for Walter Walker and A.D. McDonald. Off the top turn and driving through the lanes here. And the 6-year-old McCardle, McLand on the outside up to win it. What's Up Doc second. For third, that is Revenant. McLand in 1:59. Walter Walker here in the McClellan family pace. All the drivers in the feature race, please make your way back, and you'll be presented with the hat compliments of the McClellan family. The first one back to receive a hat, Rodney Gillis, and the 6, Believe It, See It. Second one back, here's the 8, Stay Pumped, and a Keegan Madden. What's Up Doc, and a Redmond Doucette. Next in line, Revenant and Mark Pezrello. Thank you for coming up here this evening, Mark. All the drivers in the dash receive a hat donated by the McClellan family. Next is the 2, Sealard, and Mr. Zach Mullins. Back from his injury here at the Inverness Raceway a few weeks ago, Arden Mofford looks fit as a fiddle in the sulky. He's back with the 4, Hippie John. And here's Maintenance Man, a newcomer to the Inverness Oval. Here's Lewis McDonnell in the sulky. We just have one to come. Introducing the winner, 6-year-old Big Pacing Gelding by McCardle, and the Rock and Roll Hanover mare, Stacy's Lady. Bernie Troyer was the breeder. He's trained by Alec Dan McDonald, A.D. McDonald. He's owned by Ella and Daniel McDonald at Inverness. Walter Walker up doing the driving. This is 4 in a row, capturing top honors in the McClellan family pace. Here is the winner, Macland, and a cooler presentation to the winner being presented by the McClellan family and friends. Those 4 brothers, Freddie, Johnny, Harold, and Eugene, all sons of Malcolm, Dan, and Annie. The winner, McLand and Walter Walker in a 159. Top the program, What's Up Doc was second, Sealard was 4. Revenant was 3, Hippie John was 7, Maintenance Man was 6, Believe It, See It 8, McLand the winner, and Stay Pumped was 5. Quarter and 30, the half and a minute and a fifth. 3 quarters, 130 and 1. Race winning trip 159. Top the program 243, 768. 1 then 5 on the bottom. 159. McLand and Walter Walker. 35, 30, 270, and 370. Place the 1, What's Up Doc, 330 and 330. Show the 3. Revenant, $3.40. $2 exacta. It came back $172.90. The $2 try, 7, 1, and 3. It came back $172.20. $2 daily double, that came back $32.80. And a 20-cent a pick 4, $687. 20-cent pick 4, $687. We have a qualifier for 5 horses here this evening, a qualifier. One qualifying, non-betting qualifying race up and coming. Irish Rover on the rail for Monica Sutherland. Breaking news at a Redmond Doucette at a post 3 host that built me. At a post 3 for Walter Walker, Wing Commander. And Charles Frazier on the outside. I'm a lot at a qualifying drive for Alan Frazier. Field of 5 in the one and only qualifier up and coming. Total wager on the evening, $17,271 here on the 8-dash program here at the Inverness Raceway. Just waiting for the starters here in the one and only qualifier. Starters to come from the paddock area. Here come the entries for the one and only qualifier here at the Inverness Raceway. The one is Irish Rover. And Monica Sutherland trains and drives. The 2 entry is Breaking News. Redmond Doucette for trainer Walter Walker. Up in post 3. Host That Built Me. Walter Walker trains and drives. Next on post parade is Wing Commander. Charles Frazier trains and drives. And the 5 I'm a Lot, Alan Frazier does the driving. It's a qualifying drive for trainer Charles Frazier. Field of 5. Here in the one and only qualifier, Irish Rover on the rail. Breaking News is 2. Host That Built Me 3. Wing Commander 4. And I'm a Lot at a post 5. This evening's one and only qualifier in a field of 5, Irish Rover. Monica Sutherland, Breaking News. Redmond Doucette, Host that Built Me, Walter Walker. Wing Commander, Charles Frazier. I'm a Lot, and Alan Frazier. Field of 5 comes from the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. Into the first turn, and Host that Built Me is on a break. Up front on the lead, that is Breaking News. And a Redmond Doucette. The second up here, back pacing. That is Host that Built Me. On the far outside, it's I'm a Lot. And Alan Frazier at the rail. It's Irish Rover and Monica Sutherland, Wing Commander. And Charles Frazier. Stable turn for the first time, and I'm a Lot heads up front for Alan Frazier, 31-1 by the opening station. Second, that is Breaking News. Up here third, it's Irish Rover. You get a 4 Wing Commander. Back pacing in the backfield, that is Host that Built Me. On toward the half, and I'm a Lot for Alan Frazier up front by 7. Second, that is Breaking News. Third, Irish Rover. 4th Wing Commander. 101-1. Past the half mile up the backside, and the 3/4 up and coming. That is I'm a Lot up front. Second on the outside here now. Here's Irish Rover and Monica Sutherland. Third at the rail. That is Breaking News. Then Wing Commander and Host that Built Me on past 3/4. I'm a Lot. Here's Irish Rover and Monica Sutherland on the outside up here third. That is Breaking News. At 3/4, 1:30, 3 and 4. Past 3/4, Irish Rover goes up front down the lead here now. Second on the outside. That is Breaking News. I'm a Lot is third. Then Wing Commander. And a Host that Built Me. Off the top turn, Irish Rover. To what it for second on the outside. That is Breaking News. I'm a Lot is third. Host that Built Me. Then Wing Commander. 204 3/5. 204 3/5.